Two flagship cameras, two different stories. One captures the world with stunning precision, every tiny texture, every hidden line. The other smooths the perfects, creating a look that's almost too good to be true. But which approach wins? Today we are putting the Xiaomi 15 Ultra and Samsung S25 Ultra head to head, and the differences might just surprise you.
Today in our plates, the comparison of two of the best camera phones of 2025 so far you can buy worldwide. It is Xiaomi 15 Ultra and Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Why I'm saying that those are the best? Some of you might start arguing that there are better phones like Vivo X200 Pro, and there is the latest Oppo phone. The thing is that none of these other phones can be purchased officially, at least in Europe. This is the early morning, still approximately 10 minutes before the sunrise. It's still a bit darkish, as you can see, and I'm filming myself while walking. Both phones are set to 4K 30 FPS. Let's see if there are any flickering. Xiaomi 15 Ultra is filming with 1H sensor, and we know that this is the biggest winner for the phone cameras. However, Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra is sharing the absolutely stunning camera configuration among other phones. While walking and filming, I'm holding my both phones in my hands. As you can see, I do not use any additional gimbals. On the preview, I can say that the color tones on Samsung looks a little bit warmer. However, I can see the way more details on Xiaomi 15 Ultra. I'll zoom in to 4.3 on Xiaomi 15 Ultra and to 5 on Samsung. As you can see, on Xiaomi 15 Ultra, it looks better and I would say more natural. On this road, mountain road, we already have more details. We have more small rocks. The sun is up, so what do you see? Where the sunrise looks better for you? Personally, for me, Xiaomi 15 Ultra still is a winner. It doesn't have this artificially painted sunrise. Let's just zoom it in to 10x on Samsung S25 Ultra and also 10x on Xiaomi 15 Ultra. So now when I zoomed into 10x on both phones, I would say that on Samsung it looks sharper with more details and somehow even more stable. It's very interesting because in general, zoom on Xiaomi 15 Ultra is way more powerful and you can zoom it up to 120x. As you can see on Samsung, the sun remains stable in the focus, but however on Xiaomi 15 Ultra, it constantly changes its focus. I just decided to take a few zoomed shots and show the comparison of telephoto zoom. So on the first shot we have 120x on Xiaomi 15 Ultra and 100x on Samsung for this building.
Look at the details. Shot from far away, the Xiaomi 15 Ultra keeps the building sharp and real, like an actual photo. Meanwhile, the Samsung S25 Ultra smoothes it out, it looks more like a drawing. With Xiaomi, even faraway details stay crystal clear. From just a few meters away, capturing the box label, the Xiaomi 15 Ultra clearly captures every letter, sharp and readable. On the Samsung S25 Ultra, the text looks softer, harder to recognize. From the same distance, the Xiaomi 15 Ultra captures the medal with a stunning clarity. Every fine details look natural and lifelike. On the Samsung S25 Ultra, those details blur and lose their true texture.
Let's just play a little bit cinematic. Now it's close by footage of the morning flowers and also the sunrise behind of it. Slowly putting up both phones and we can see how the colors remain so smooth on Xiaomi 15 Ultra and on Galaxy S25 Ultra. I would say the sun now is having a little bit unrealistically painted. It's like the aura. Putting it down again, putting it up again. Xiaomi 15 Ultra is definitely making the image smoother, and on Galaxy S25 Ultra, as you can see, the size of the sun is constantly changing. It is getting larger, smaller again, larger. It means that Galaxy S25 Ultra cannot correct the tones and exposure smoothly. And take into account that now I'm holding my phone's Galaxy S25 Ultra in my right hand and I'm right hand person. so it should be more stable and smoother. Now I'm walking while filming with both phones again, holding Galaxy S25 Ultra in my right hand, so it should be less shaky. Let's film the sunrise and now switch to telescopic camera. 4.3 on Xiaomi 15 Ultra and also 5x on Galaxy S25 Ultra. This is a zoom that will only enable the optical zoom on both phones. Interestingly, that on Xiaomi 15 Ultra, when we zoom in, the image starts unfocusing a little bit sometimes on the beginning. On Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, the image remained very stable. I'm not sure exactly why it's happening, maybe because of the lack of the light. But as you can see, if you will be filming more in 5x, I mean using telephoto lens on your phone, Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra looks more stable. Comparing the speed on both phones, I must admit that Samsung S25 Ultra is slightly faster. At least One UI works really great, especially I like when you open and close the application. The process itself is very smooth. Okay, the sun is there. Again, the exposure on Galaxy S25 Ultra is adapting slower than on Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Let me just show you again. I put my camera down and now quickly put it up to the sun. Yeah, Xiaomi 15 Ultra is definitely faster adapting its camera to more realistic view. On Galaxy S25 Ultra, for some reason, it makes the entire scene darker and it tries to like repaint the sun in the center without the aura, without the sun flare, like without the shining. Let's see how the focus works on both phones. I just placed my Xiaomi 15 Ultra on the selfie stick on the tripod further from me, and let's see if it will keep me in focus if I'm walking just with the sun on my background. And we will compare the same now for Galaxy S25 Ultra. Alright, so now we have absolutely the same perspective for Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and let's see how it will keep me in focus. The phone is staying and filming me and also the sun, sunrise in my background, the camera is. So what do you think, guys? Where is the better focus? Where is more details you can see?
Photos from both the Xiaomi 15 Ultra and Samsung S25 Ultra look beautiful, rich colors, great sharpness and plenty of detail. However, the Leica co-engineered camera on the Xiaomi brings a special charm. It adds a unique depth, character and slightly more natural tones that really makes some shots feel a little more artistic.
On the very first video of the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, where I compared it briefly with iPhone 16 Pro, I confirmed already, at least for myself, that the camera on Xiaomi 15 Ultra is way better. And also feel free to subscribe to my channel to see more comparison in the next weeks, because we will have on our plate Insta360 X5, also comparison of Galaxy S25 Ultra versus Osmo Pocket 3 and much more. Alright, now I'm using the portrait camera on both phones, Xiaomi 15 Ultra and Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. On the video preview, Galaxy S25 Ultra, I would say it looks more as a portrait camera on iPhone. Seems like it tries to make the skin smoother and a little bit warmer tones. However, on Xiaomi 15 Ultra, the preview is way more clear. I can see all the details, absolutely. And interestingly, that the screen looks brighter on Xiaomi 15 Ultra. I just set the screen brightness on the max for both phones, and the sun is right in front of me, shining right into my eyes. Let me try to turn myself and let me know where still you can see more details. Again, even when the shine is right behind my head, I think that more details we can see on Xiaomi 15 Ultra. What do you think, guys? If you are watching on a large screen, on the large preview on tablet, which phone do you think is giving more natural view? How about the famous moonshot? Yes, we know the Samsung Galaxy S, I don't remember, it was 22 or 23 Ultra, has introduced the first AI process moonshot, and there was a lot of rumors that actually they are not really taking the picture of the moon, but it's just like painting it. Xiaomi 15 Ultra has a dedicated moon mode. Interestingly, that if you want to capture the moon on Xiaomi 15 Ultra with a regular camera, you're not getting like the proper moon, but instead you need to switch to the moon mode on the camera, and then you will get it. Just take a look at the difference between Xiaomi 15 Ultra and Galaxy S25 Ultra when we are filming the colors. It's a beautiful blossom flowers on the field, and also with the sun on the background
We can see how the exposure is changing on Xiaomi 15 Ultra, giving all the colors of the flowers. However, on Samsung S25 Ultra it still remains a little bit dark. So I'm going now down the hill. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful lighting, holding both of my phones in my hands, filming 4K 30 FPS. So guys, just let me know, where do you see more details and which of this video looks better for you, natural, more realistic. As I walk towards the sun, you can notice the difference. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra shows a bit more noise in the bright areas, likely because of its fixed aperture design. Samsung S25 Ultra handles the highlights a little cleaner here, giving slightly smoother look. Now with the sun behind me, both cameras perform much closer. The dynamic range balances out and the scene looks almost identical, clear, detailed and well exposed on both sides. Shooting these beautiful purple flowers in the soft golden hour light, both the Xiaomi 15 Ultra and the Samsung S25 Ultra deliver stunning results. The colors are rich and vibrant, the lighting feels natural, and the fine details of the petals are captured beautifully on both. In this kind of perfect light, you really can't go wrong with either camera.
One more thing that I really like about the new Xiaomi 15 Ultra is the macro mode.
Let's take some macro video shots of the flowers. I think the Xiaomi 15 Ultra actually delivers more details. Let's see which of the phones will better capture the stone chat sitting on the tree. So now it is 20x on Galaxy S25 Ultra and also 20x on Xiaomi 15 Ultra. I try to stay as still as possible. Let me zoom in even more. You can zoom in up to 30x. And this is the real distance to the tree, where the stone chat is sitting and singing.
I'm super glad that Xiaomi 15 Ultra has its camera co-engineered with Leica, because the color profiles is extremely beautiful. I know that many people don't like the color profiles from Leica. Personally, for me, the photos and the video with Leica co-engineered camera always look just fantastic. You have the colors that actually give you like the feeling that you are living this moment again. When we are filming on both cameras on the stretched hand just in front of us, as I'm doing it now, you can see that the frame itself on Xiaomi 15 Ultra is slightly wider even on 1x main camera. That's why if you use Samsung, you will definitely need to have some selfie stick in front of you. Otherwise, your head could be always cut. For Xiaomi 15 Ultra, the selfie stick or the gimbal, of course, would be a very big benefit. However, you can still point your camera to yourself without cutting your head, your mouth while talking.
As you can see, I'm wearing the protective case on my Samsung S25 Ultra because the cameras could be very vulnerable. They are bumping over the phone back. However, the bump is not so large as on Xiaomi 15 Ultra. In general speaking, about Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, it's a beautiful phone with a brilliant camera. And actually, if you are buying this phone this year, I'm sure you'll be happy with the camera. However, the question is, would I exchange my Xiaomi 15 Ultra to Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra? I don't think so, because even though the camera is great, this is the flagship phone from Samsung, the camera on Xiaomi 15 Ultra still looks better. Personally, for me, I know there are many different opinions from different people. You might see for example, the sun glare, the sun flare looks better for you, or the water, or the details on the grass, and so on and so on. But I always judge the video based on what I see on my naked eyes. And comparing Xiaomi 15 Ultra, for example, with iPhone 16 Pro, with one of my previous videos, I noticed that the video quality, why it is better on Xiaomi 15 Ultra, because it is more realistic. It's not just because it looks more colorful or something. That's why I took my decision like that. So guys, I don't know how about you, but for me the winner is super clear. And I know which one of these phones I would definitely grab with me in my pocket every time when I go outside, and where I can see my way more details in better colors, better stabilization. But let me know in the comments your opinion. What do you think? I know that many of you are the fans of Samsung. We know that Samsung is a well-trusted company, well-trusted brand, and we know that it's stable, it works great, it has a history. However, Xiaomi 15 Ultra, of course, the brand is newer, but
Well, let's not forget that not everything that is new is bad, and sometimes it might be even better. We just need to hope that Samsung and iPhone will follow those ways of improving the camera of their phones instead of adding different AI and software feature, but adding more hardware improvements to their cameras. So guys, just let me know in the comments which of these phones you like more and you would consider as your next phone camera in 2025 if you would have to buy it. If you're interested in more topic like covering the lock mode or the manual mode for photo and video camera, just let me know and I'll prepare it in the upcoming episodes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.